Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So crazy things going on. A new FUD is circulating that Binance is insolvent, but that seems to be not true. But SBF was arrested. So let's go and check out our news today and see what's happening out there. I should state that nothing in this video can be considered as a financial or investment advice. Everything just for your education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and make your decisions based on your research. So guys, smash those like, push the bell and notification all, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smashing those like is helping out the YouTube algorithm, so appreciate all your likes. And let's go dive deep. Let's check what's going on, how our favorite bubble chart looks like today. So we see Bitcoin is up 3.3%. It started attacking 18,000 US dollar, but actually just that was reclaimed. Ethereum is about 1300, about back to up to 3%. We see Binance Coin BNB is dumping almost 3% because this FUD, but most of the altcoins looking pretty good. USDN is used to be a stable coin, but it's not stable anymore. It depegged from $1 US, and now the price is 0.68 or 67. So actually this is not good for them. And we see GMX and Ape correcting, but they rallied really nicely in the past few days. Let's go and check out our favorite indicator, the crypto fear and greed index. It is at 27. So we are still in fearful, and no surprise here. So almost the entire last year we spent in the either in extreme fear or in fear, and we are still there. Let's go and check out our first news. Bitcoin sees CPI volatility as lower inflation sends BTC price to 18,000 US dollar. So that was a deflationary panic in Q1 next year, one analyst warns. Okay. So Bitcoin remains at risk of fallout from a risk asset deflationary panic. BTC price rebounds as US inflation slows. So the November CPI was 7.1 year on year compared to the 7.3 forecast. Month on month was 0.1 versus to 0.3. So it's not a huge number, and still we are having CPI inflation higher than 7%. Massive short squeeze on its way in the market, analysts said, but crypto capo is still bearish. CPI better than expected, but still very high. He said price is testing a massive resistance zone here and forming a lower high. I'm still 100% out of the market. We now enter the complacent Goldilocks phase of inflation. CPI coming down faster than expected is bullish up until it turns into a deflationary panic in Q1 2023. Final low around then bullish into 2024. Enjoy your long gains, but don't miss the forest from the trees. And this is the tomorrow or the today Fed rate hike expectation. Almost 80% is about that. And the interest rates will be just raised 50 basis point, and 20% voting that it will be raised 75. FUD, the CEO champions Zhao concerns appearing in Reuters and on social media, nonetheless sparked an exodus of user funds with a totaled over 500 million in BTC. So that was a FUD, clear FUD. Next piece of news is biggest week of the year. 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. So let's see these 5 things. US economic data, most important CPI print forms key focus. So we already got the CPI, and tomorrow will be the Fed rate hike. Okay. Higher than expected CPI print and more hawkish Fed have the potential to invalidate this rally, like we saw in the April and August reversals. On the other hand, another disinflationary print could see many chase a continuation of the rally into year end. So guys, we might will have a rally into year end. According to CME Group's FedWatch tool, 50 basis points stood at around 75%, so 75 is up, that 50 basis points will be raised. Imagine the madness if the Fed doesn't pivot on November CPI is about October 77 print. This is why you don't want a Fed control market. BTC spot price waits for action, and the action has arrived. BTC have been bouncing between realized price green, balance price yellow since June. Analyst Resources On-Chain College summarized. I'm interested in a sustained movement outside of this range, which has not yet occurred. So guys, let's make this bigger. So the orange is the Bitcoin price, the green is the realized price, and we are almost more than 100 days below the realized price. The yellow is the balance price, and point of what else, I don't know, point of what else price and data price are much lower. Okay, so some sees this Bitcoin movement as we will testing this 1.618 Fibonacci extension levels from the previous highs, and yeah, so that can happen, and it is about 18,000 US dollar, but we haven't reached yet. Okay, another version that BTC will still drop, and BTC is consolidating in this bearish wedge, and then will drop to 10,000 from here. This is also a view. US dollar teases renewed strength. Okay, it's an ugly 4-hourly about the close here, looking like a lower high on the 4-hour time frame, and lots of catalysts upcoming this week. DXY also putting in a higher low on daily and looking strong. My gut is telling me where we are en route to a new low sub 15,000 for BTC, which I will be happily buy. So some sees Bitcoin to drop 15,000. DXY successfully retested in June its June breakout for the first time. The mother of all decisions is coming. Expect huge volatility next week. The incoming DXY move will decide the fate of the crypto and stock market. So we are here at the horizontal support line, and also under the I think this is the 200-day moving average. Supply shock ratio nears 10 years high. So attempts to model the probability of a supply shock forming, and this is by on-chain analyst Willy Wu and Will Clementi. And Bitcoin illiquid supply ratio, illiquid supply, that Bitcoin is not moving. Okay, illiquid supply shock ratio metric, there is a higher chance of a major supply induced rush for BTC at any point in almost a decade. So they come to a rush. Hayes says Bitcoin miner selling is over. Interesting. So Arthur Hayes says that Bitcoin mining selling is over. We can ignore this ongoing selling pressure as it's easily absorbed by the markets. I believe that the forced selling of Bitcoin by SaaS and miners is over. If you had to sell, you would have already done. There is no reason why you wouldn't hold on if you had an urgent need for fiat to remain a going concern, given that almost every major sell has either chased withdrawals pointing to insolvency at best or gone bankrupt. There are no more miners' loans or collateral to be liquidated. Fears of distressed Bitcoin miners creating selling pressure are blown up. Bitcoin miner net position change. Bitcoin miner next position, and they sold. Actually, they sold because the net position is negative, so they sold a bunch of Bitcoin. Yes, guys, and we are nearing 18,000 US dollars. Next, breaking news: FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried arrested, set to be extradited to US. So the Bahamas police force arrested him, and they will also they notified the United States government, and they are submitting this criminal charge. Yeah, okay. And the request of the US government based on a sealed indictment filed by the authority. Okay, so this is something that they should have done much earlier. So actually they delayed more than a month with this. And SEC charges former FTX CEO SBF for defrauding investors a day after his arrest. Okay, so now they are saying that he defrauded investors. Okay, so diversion of FTX customers' funds to crypto trading firm Alameda Research while raising more than 1.8 billion from investors. We allege that Sam Bankman-Fried built a house of cards on a foundation of deception while telling investors that it was one of the safest buildings in crypto, said Gary Gensler. Okay, so guys, you are acting at least. CFTC files lawsuit against Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX and Alameda for fraud. Used FTX customers' funds for a variety of personal expenditure. So guys, both regulatory agency, the SEC and CFTC, starting this lawsuit and filings in the same time. So they want to get this. Next, SBF planned to blame everyone but himself, shows leaked Congress testimony. So also this Congress testimony was prepared, but because he was arrested, that it will be a police hearings at least. Okay. So see, this SBF planned to blame the spectral downfall of his 32 billion empire on everyone but himself. I wish I had not clicked on a button on DocuSign at 4:30 a.m. leaving some of FTX under destructive leadership. I have 19 pages of screenshots of Sullivan and Cromwell, Mr. Miller and others I believe were influenced by them, all sent over a 2-day period pressuring me to quickly file for Chapter 11. Also going to blame Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao for what he claimed was a month of sustained negative PR on FTX. He claimed that Binance knowingly signed the letter of intent to buy out FTX, but they never intended to go through with the deal. But this is if so they can sign a letter of intent, but they can change their mind anytime. Next, huge news. We already talked about Ripple, and Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson says rumors swirling that Ripple and XRP lawsuit conclusion is imminent. Okay, there is nothing in the history of Cardano that feels security-like, from the beginning to where it's at today, to the fact that the network is fully decentralized and so forth. I would believe that then Ethereum and Bitcoin would also be securities, and it would be a bigger debacle. And this is a problem with the regulations through enforcement. There is not much you can do. Just any given Sunday, it's whoever the regulators decide to pick, and there is a big fight. 100 million US dollar in spent. It's brutal and vicious, and a lot of hard feelings. Sometimes people win, sometimes people don't. Ripple was sued by the SEC in late 2020 under allegation that the firm sold XRP as an unregistered security. I have heard rumors that the Ripple case will be settled December 15th. Let's just see. That could have catastrophic implications for the industry one way or the other. But you just keep moving forward regardless of what happens. It's a decentralized ecosystem you guys control. The United States of America doesn't get to say that Cardano lives or dies. You do. The world, that's the point of decentralized ecosystem. We'll see if 2 days or 1 day from now. Veteran trader Tom Weiss predicts end of year Bitcoin rally, but there is a catch. Okay. The fact that this horizontal channel is taking place after 10% upswing, there is a higher than 50% probability that the next breakout will be to the upside, at least the size of the channel, which is small. Potentially the size of the prior bounce, which is 10% more. That gets us to the underside of the prior channel, which is major and monster resistance, especially if it comes in contract with the 128-day moving average. So I'm looking for these bounce to probably continue to year end, and then everyone is going to be super bullish in the beginning of the year, and then there is a high probability of one more capitulation down. So he expects an year-end rally, and everybody will FOMOing in and then dropping back to 15,000. So the decent chance of one more capitulation to the sub $15,000 level. The main reason why I believe that is because we spent way too much time at the lows of 16,000. The way markets bottom usually is you only get a few hours to buy the perfect low. You don't get a week to think about buying the perfect low. Yes, definitely. Okay, so I like this. And let's go forward. Paxful CEO preaches Bitcoin self-custody, advises against crypto exchanges. Quite interesting, but true. Okay. So the CEO of a crypto exchange Paxful sided with the idea of self-custody as he took responsibility for over 11 million users. We'll be sending an email every week strongly advising our people to never keep savings on any exchanges, including Paxful. This is the way. Self-custody your savings always. My sole responsibility is to help and serve you. That's why today I'm messaging all of our Paxful users to move your Bitcoin to self-custody. You should not keep your saving on Paxful or any exchange, and only keep what you trade here. So guys, true. I like this. I would give anything to be able to do that, and I'm going to try. Okay. So next, let's see our last news. Report says that before the bankruptcy filing, FTX co-founder SBF was told by crypto executives to stop trying to depeg stablecoins. Was told by crypto. Okay. So he was on trying to depegging stablecoins. SBF and Alameda Research was trying to depeg stablecoins. Purportedly high-up executives from crypto exchanges are members of a signal that group called Exchange Coordinations, and Binance CEO CZ ostensibly told SBF to stop causing more damage. SBF to stop causing more damage and to stop trying to depeg stablecoins. SBF was accused of trying to destabilize stablecoins and more specifically Tether USDT. A Tether official and the head of the world's largest crypto exchange crew alarmed that Sam Bankman-Fried was trying to destabilize the stablecoin. Yeah, so that can happen. That could happen. Okay. So let's go guys and check out my Twitter feed. Definitely follow me at MIKLOS on Twitter. Also follow at Corion platform and our laserpunk_gods, because we are coming out with our NFT launchpad soon, and also CorionX will have a use case there. Long-term Bitcoin hodlers keeping on. 14 million BTC has not moved in over 5 months. So 14 million Bitcoin has not moved. That's huge. 14 million Bitcoin has not moved. So long-term hodlers are holding. Give a like and share. Have to read a thread about the Binance FUD that is going on. So US prosecutors look to charge Binance and CZ for possible money laundering violations. So what the hell going on from nothing? And they had let SBF run for more than one month. New cryptocurrency transactions over one phase. Yes, so we already talked about that. So guys, that's it for today, and let's go check out our farms. Definitely go to Uniswap and PancakeSwap, provide some liquidity and lock up your LPs and earn a juicy APRs up to 330%. So let's just staking some CorionXs. So, and let's go and check out what we do have on the charts. So this is the S&P 500. So actually S&P 500 was rejected last week at the upper trend line, then just dropped to our this horizontal resistance zone and now bounced with a huge spike, and we'll see if it fake out and we are getting lower here. So quite interesting chart on the S&P. Let's go and check out what Bitcoin is doing. So as we see, let's go to a 4-hourly. So Bitcoin was consolidating in this rising wedge. This is a big rising wedge, and actually it seems that it broke out. It broke out, and also we had a nice long trade set up here. So we longed Bitcoin, and actually we closed at 17,700, and we booked a profit of 34% with 10x leverage. So good to see. And let's check Binance Coin, because Binance Coin dumped due this Binance FUD. So maybe to buying up to at 260 was a good idea, but I missed that. Let's see what Ethereum is doing. So Ethereum also keeping up, and also Ethereum is breaking out. So actually Ethereum broke these $1,300 levels and now trading about these levels. And also we took a long position here and closed at a part of at this resistance, and guys, perfectly touched, and now just rejected there, but we'll see. So guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Go and just go to our farms and look up some LPs, follow us on Twitter, and also see you in the next video. Bye bye.